Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are at the Texas Forts Trail, taking a look at some of the cities here. Today's video is about Abilene, Texas, which is the other big city in the Texas Forts Trail. There's two. There's San Angelo and Abilene, and together they have some pretty cool stuff between them. They have a lot of museums and a lot of art and a lot of military history. Here we have the Grace Museum, which showcases different art from different people. They had this lady there whose art they were showing who was obsessed with death. So she would paint still lifes of dead things, dead animals. And it's kind of weird to see how pretty it actually is. This is one of her works, which I liked. I was mesmerized by it. But there's a sense of beauty to this dead deer. Also, this coyote is pretty cool. I love coyotes. Plus, at the time, they were showcasing student art, which is one of my favorite types of art that doesn't get enough press and fame. Student art is awesome. There's just something about student art that is primitive and cool and awesome and pure. I'm in heaven every time I'm around student art. So I was happy to visit during that time. It's also a local museum, so it has a lot of local history, a lot of the history of the area. Plus it shows how different kitchens have looked throughout the eras, which I thought was kind of cool. And also they show bridal dresses, so you get to see how bridal styles have changed throughout the years. I like that black one. I would wear that one when I was a girl. But some of the dresses were pretty cool. Some of them were kind of stylish. And then they also have Jacob's Dream sculpture over by the university, Abilene Christian. And this cool sculpture was inspired by Jacob's ladder. There's the ladder, and there are the angels going up and down on it, and it's a pretty neat little sculpture to go. It's a cool to go and see. It's a pretty cool installation and everything. You can also visit the 12th Armored Division Memorial Museum, which served during the wars. You can go and boo the Nazis because they still suck, and get to see some of the history, some of the different photographs, and some of the different artifacts that they have here with the museum. I like looking at old uniforms, but I thought this Hellcat was kind of cool. Look at that kitty. Don't mess with that kitty. And I love this guy. For some reason, this photograph really spoke to me. He's just there being a classy guy on a tank. They also have a tank outside that you can go look at, and plenty of dioramas. I guess that's what they're called, right? Dioramas? Maquettes? I don't know. But it's cool looking at them. I just appreciate those people who spent hours and hours and hours just on setting up historical scenes. It's about 2 stories of museum, and you get to see a lot of history. So if you're never in Abilene, make sure you go. Abilene also considers itself the storybook capital of the world. So you get to see a lot of storybook stuff, just like the Dr. Seuss Park or Everman Park. You get to see some of the Dr. Seuss statues, and make sure you don't let that cat follow you anywhere. It's nothing but trouble, trust me. And then also you have your more traditional stories like this one with the tiny little kittens who are crying, and the 3 little pigs who finally decided to build it out of brick so that the big fat wolf wouldn't do anything to them. And this cool T-Rex minding his own business, just trying to sleep. There's also a National Center for Children's Illustrated Literature, which always showcases some different artwork from different arts and different artists. And then there's also some frontier history at Frontier, Texas, which is a pretty cool museum where you get to learn about the West and about the frontier and about the buffaloes and Comanches and cattle drives and how they all contributed to the history of the great state of Texas. You get to learn a lot. There's a lot of different exhibits. It's all packed together, so there's not a lot of walking to do, but there is a very much information that you can learn. And these skull towers, which were creepy. So I'm glad we stopped killing the buffalo and let them roam again, because they are an important part of our world. Let's have a big skull that you can look at. And there's also the Abilene Zoo, which is a pretty small zoo, but it does have some pretty cool animals. It's a nice little family zoo that you can go and enjoy and take your kids to see some waterfowl and monkeys and just get to enjoy seeing wild animals, seeing animals that you don't get to see very often, plus these weird fish asking for food. Feed me, give me the foods. But yeah, look how creepy they look, just begging. Reminds me of something. Plus they have your other typical animals like giraffes and such that you can go and look at. And snapping turtles and reptiles and other things. They got some of your basic larger animals also, like this alligator, and they have these little prairie dogs, which I love, but when I was there they were all hidden away, which is okay, I guess. And then you can go to Abilene State Park, which has red soil, which seeps into the water, which makes the water look really weird sometimes. It's a pretty cool park with plenty of shade if you want to hit some of the trails. It's got an old water tower that they had to build in order for the toilets to flush. And it's got a cool little pond that you can go and fish at. But most of the people go there to fish at the large lake, which is red, sometimes blue, sometimes purple. It's weird. But you can go there and enjoy a nice restful day of doing your own thing. So that is Abilene for you. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure to go visit Abilene, check out the great town, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.